And I know I've said it a couple of times at this point, but if you have any questions, you can go ahead and put any questions you have into the question field on GoToWebinar, or you can additionally just put it into the chat window. We're going to here to answer any questions you have today, so please feel free to ask questions at any time. My name is Eric Cohn, and I'm the Customer Success Specialist here at SnapStream. What I do is I do training on the software. I also teach end users exactly how to use software and make it and make their workflow as effective as possible using the SnapStream software. For those of you that are new to SnapStream, there's some that are new, and there's some that have used SnapStream for a while here on the call. We are the technology that is best known for making the Daily Show, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, The Late Show, all different kinds of shows. We're the technology that helps them find those clips that are a needle in a haystack, the clips that used to take an intern 10,000 hours of watching television, now can be done in just seconds using our SnapStream software. Now, SnapStream in its most basic form is a DVR. It's recording content 24 hours a day. Let me see if I can mute everybody here. Give me 1 second. All right. I think we had someone on the call with it was not muted, so I muted everybody there. Let me know if you can still hear me, if you would. So again, SnapStream is a DVR not unlike your home DVR. It's recording content 24 hours a day in most scenarios, recording content all the time. The only difference is once you have that software, or once you have those recordings on your SnapStream, unlike your home DVR, we make it really easy to actually search the content you have available in a way that is very familiar to you. If you can search Google, essentially you can search inside the SnapStream software, and you can find very specific mentions, like I said earlier, that needle in a haystack from thousands of hours of television you can find incredibly easily in the same way as if you were searching Google. Once you find that content, we make it incredibly easy to make unlimited TV clips from television. You can make TV clips and export them, or push them to social, or put them into your finished product, or your television show, or whatever you're planning to do with that content. It's incredibly easy for you to take that content from your SnapStream and reuse that in some way, however you then choose. A big part of what our software does these days is social TV, and we actually make it so you can take that TV content and push it directly to Twitter and Facebook and maximize the engagement that you have with your followers and with the people that are the influencers that are following what you're doing. Now, the software does all kinds of things, but a few additional things that we can talk about are that we actually do commercial detection as well as transcoding. Our systems can allow for clustering, so if you're recording a significant amount of channels, we can make the system as large as you need. Additionally, we give API access, so if there's some specific needs that aren't addressed by the software, you can actually access that API. So what we're going to talk about today is the new 7.0 software release. We are incredibly proud of the software, of the new software. And I'm going to give you what's the first look of the 7.0 software release. The biggest thing, obviously, is a brand new, all new web interface that works on phones and it works on tablets. It's going to look different. The same functionality is there, but it is going to look a little bit different. I'm actually going to pull something over here so you can take a look at kind of what that refresh is looking like. Give me just a moment. So, for those of you who have used SnapStream before, this is going to look really familiar to you, and I'm going to just show you a little bit about what that physical refresh has looked like. So here's our welcome screen, for instance, and we get a nice refresh of the look of it. Now, this is going to be the great thing about the refresh on the graphics are that these are specifically designed to be content aware and dynamically resized, no matter what you're using the system on. So this is your library before and after what it looked like. This is before, and this is after. You can see we have all new options here where we make GIFs as well as clips and everything that are going to be available here in your TV library. Search results also got a refresh, and it's going to look a little bit different, a little bit cleaner and easier to use. Again, like I said, this is all going to be content aware for whatever device you're accessing it on, and you're going to be able to have that content dynamically resized, no matter if you're on a phone, a tablet, or whatever you prefer to access your SnapStream on. We've also done a few things here to the transcript and tweets tab, if you're familiar. Used to be one was on top of the other. And if we pull this one over, you'll see that we now can actually access all the tweets as well as the closed captioning at the same time as we're watching the video. So we've made it so you can have everything there available to you all at once. And finally, here's our program guide. It's got a nice little refresh to it as well. Makes it look a little bit nicer, a little bit cleaner. I lied to you, I got one more. Here's our recording manager that's been refreshed as well. So again, we're really thrilled about the all-new web interface that is designed to work dynamically on both your phones as well as tablets, your computer, obviously. Anything you're going to be accessing that SnapStream from is going to work with the new dynamic web interface. The other thing that we're really excited about is our social TV dashboard, which allows you to manage all your Twitter and Facebook posts in one place. We found that our social media integration is something that people were really excited about, but they wanted a little bit more access to pushing content and when they want to push that content, as well as the opportunity to review outgoing content and track the post performance. So we make it incredibly easy, as you know, to push content directly to Twitter, directly to Facebook. When I say content, I mean animated GIFs as well as videos or screenshots. But we also give you the option to queue things up, and this is what we're going to look like. As we dive into the software here, we're going to get a better look at what this looks like. But you can actually review all that content and as well as set up approval workflows. So if you have multiple people pushing content to social media, you can have approval on those before they are pushed live to social. I'm going to take a stop here for just one moment. If you guys have any questions at all during this webinar, please feel free to ask any questions through the chat system or through the question system that's built into the GoToWebinar software. Be happy to answer any questions that you have. I see we have a couple of questions coming in, so please keep them coming. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Again, what I just mentioned earlier, you can now set up approval workflows for your social media posts. You can also see which posts have gotten the most likes, the least likes, the most comments, and so on. We give you a lot of access into the actual views as well as the engagement that each post is making. There's what we were talking about earlier, where you can actually come in here and queue it up, take that content, and once you're ready to push it live, you can then hit that tweets button and get that content pushed live, rather than before where you would have to push it live immediately once you've created that content. You now have the option to queue that content up and take a look at it in full before you do. The other thing that we've added here is cross-posting. Cross-posting between Twitter and Facebook is huge. The most important thing here is to make sure that your post is correct for the social media that you're posting it to. Twitter, obviously, we're going to try to include the Twitter handles as well as any hashtags, and try to keep that content short. When you're pushing something to Facebook, you can be a little bit more verbose in the content that you're pushing and include a little bit more information. I mean, we allow both of those things as well as cross-posting very easily. So if you did post this screenshot to Twitter, you can then very easily post that screenshot to Facebook as well with whatever context you want to include. There's a lot more content that we've added here into the software, and we're going to take a deeper dive into it here in just a moment. But just know that we've also included Facebook and Twitter autocomplete and tagging, as well as managing animated GIFs in the TV library. Facebook now allows us to push captions directly to Facebook along with any video we're pushing. We have pushed making faster TV clips even quicker, as well as now allowing clips to transcode to both WAV and MP3 for those of you who are doing audio-based, who need audio-based recordings. People who are using the SnapStream for radio playback, this is a real game changer for. You can also search by local channels as well as have native HTML5 video playback in Safari on a Mac. So we're getting away from the plugin there for the Mac, so that's really exciting for us. Additionally, we've allowed for exporting to FTP in Google Drive, and we have all kinds of new workflow filters and recording options. If you're familiar with the software, some of these new options are really exciting. So as we always say, seeing is believing. So let's go ahead and take a look at the software. We've gotten to see some bits of it, but I want to make sure that we can actually take a look at the software here. So for those of you who are new, this is what the SnapStream software is going to look like when you log on. Like we said, SnapStream is a DVR system. It's not unlike your TiVo or your Comcast or whatever box you have at home. All the channels that I have access to are going to be listed here in the guide. I can see all the things that I'm recording are going to have a red dot up next to them. I'm recording American Dad and BBC World News, for instance. We're just past 12 o'clock here in Houston, so you can see actually this is a live TV bar. We can see what's actually playing as we speak. Now I can click on any one of these recordings and find out a little bit of metadata about what's happening in that show. This episode's called White Rice, for instance. It talks a little bit about what happened or what is happening in this recording, and also the actors and actresses that are taking place in this recording. You see I have all my recording options here. I'm actually recording this, so it's already being recorded. Now if I wanted to record something that I'm not currently recording, like Pioneer Woman, you come in here and all my recording options are going to be listed right there. I have my option to watch live television because it is a live show. I can also say record this episode or record all episodes, record all new episodes, and so on. Again, this is going to be really familiar if you ever use a DVR at home, which I'm sure most of you have. The only thing that's going to be different here is this button right here. It says record everything on this channel. You wouldn't have this button on your home DVR because it would fill up your DVR in probably a day or 2 days. So if I wanted to record everything that was on the Food Network, I can hit that button and it's going to record 24 hours a day. Most important thing to know is you do have to be recording that content to be able to search on it. What our system does is it takes all of that metadata that I showed you, that metadata that comes up here, as well as all the closed captioning data for the entire television show, and it makes it indexable and searchable. So I can come in here and very easily find content that I'm looking for. I can do a broad search and say something like Obama, something I know that's going to have been said many, many times on television. You can see I have over 10,000 recording search results for the search term Obama. Now, I can use Boolean search terminology, which is just and statements and or statements and negative statements and so on, to say, okay, I'm only looking for Obama and healthcare, and it'll pull up only when the term Obama is said along with the term healthcare. Now, from 10,000 clips, I'm down to 38 recording search results, with the most recent one from Al Jazeera America from 4 days ago where they said Obama and healthcare. Now, I can see the entire, I can see that they said Obama here as well as healthcare. I can also see Hannity 6 days ago, they made the same media mention. The great thing is I can click in here very quickly and actually go to that exact media mention. I'll pause it for just a second here. You can see it takes me to that exact media mention with about 5 or 10 seconds worth of context before the media mention, so I know a little bit about what they're talking about. On the left of my screen is my video playback. On the right of my screen is my closed captioning data. And if you remember, I showed you earlier, if I make this a little bit smaller, I can actually pull up additional information. I can choose to do that. I can pull up tweets if I prefer, but I'm going to make this a little bit larger so we can see the closed captioning data. Give me just one moment. There we go. So there's where it says Obama, and there's where it says healthcare. It takes me that exact moment. I'm going to play this back. I do want to let you know you might see a little bit of a lag on your end. It's simply due to the GoToMeeting setup. When you're watching it on your computer in front of you, it's going to be just like
muted
vision at home. So I'm going to go ahead and start playback on this show.
He enthusiastically supported Barack Obama's stimulus plan. He thought it should have been bigger.
I think it was a disaster and a waste of money. Actually, Donald not only supported both of those, but he argued that Obamacare should be expanded to make it socialized medicine for everyone. Actually, Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders have basically the same health care plan.
So there it is. He said, you may or may not agree, that's beside the point, but they do say the term Obama, they do say the term healthcare. So it took me that exact media mention. Now all my clipping or all my scrubbing tools are on the left of the screen, and I can scrub around very quickly in this recording, backwards and forwards, to actually find that media mention I'm looking for. To make a clip, all I do is use my clipping tools up here, and I can start a clip. You see I made a start point. I can let it play out naturally, or I can actually click on the closed captioning text to move forward. I can actually click on that closed captioning text anywhere I want to move forward and backwards inside that recording. When I'm ready to end the clip, I just hit clip end. You see I made a 52-second clip. To clip it out, all I do is hit that clip button, and I can give it a title, Obama and Healthcare. And I can even tag it. I can say Obama, Fox News Channel, Healthcare, and so on. So I can actually search on those tags later to make it very easy to find that content that I was looking for. When I'm ready to clip it out, I just hit clip, and it's going to go ahead and clip it out of that original recording. It's going to leave that original recording completely intact, so I can make new clips or I can push new content, so on. So I can do whatever I want to do with that recording. Now, on the right side of my screen, I have all kinds of different social media tools as well. I can actually capture a screenshot incredibly easy by hitting that screenshot button. It's actually going to download a full HD picture of exactly what I have on my web player. So I can then put that in an email or put that on a website or do whatever I need to do with that screenshot. I also have options here for Facebook and Twitter, which is something we mentioned earlier. It's incredibly easy to actually push content to Facebook and Twitter. So let's find something different. Here's Senator Marco Rubio. Let's say I wanted to grab this image and push it to Twitter. It's incredibly easy to do that. All I do is hit that Twitter button, and I can choose what account I want to send that to. Here's my personal account. Here's my work account.
Muted.
Other accounts that I have access to as well. So if I want to push this to this account, I choose the account, and then I just hit the image button. It's going to grab that exact image that's in my web player and put it into my tweet. Now I can say whatever I want, and I can say nice bridge in the background. And I can even tag it. And you'll see as I'm tagging it here, it'll all my options here. I can make sure that this is the correct Marco Rubio account, and I can actually tag him right in that clip or in that screenshot tweet. If I want to push this live to Twitter, all I do is hit that tweet button. I can also hit that queue button to queue that tweet up to push it later. So I'm going to do that instead of tweeting it live. I'm going to go ahead and queue that up. It's the same thing if I wanted to push a video. All I do is I make a start point, as I did right here, and then when I'm done with the clip, I make an end point. So I made a 4-second clip. If I want to tweet that out, I hit the tweet button and choose video. You see it shows a 4-second clip. Now I'm going to go ahead and tweet that out. Now the great thing about this is it actually pushes that content as a native Twitter video post. So it's going to start playing back immediately. It's going to look great in line. Additionally, it's going to start muted, so you can actually start engaging it even if you're not listening to it. It's the same thing if I wanted to push it to Facebook. I just choose that video option, choose what Facebook account I want to send it to, and hit post. It's incredibly easy to push things to Facebook and Twitter. Now I made a 4-second clip here. It's actually a pretty short clip, so I can do something very cool with that on Twitter where I can say I want to make an animated GIF of those 4 seconds. Now for what is essentially a 30-year-old technology, people still love animated GIFs. Twitter will allow me to push up to a 5-megabyte animated GIF, so I can choose my resolution, can choose my frame rate, I can even speed it up or slow it down. Additionally, I can even add meme text, which I can do for the image as well if I wanted to do that. It's say hashtag Marco Rubio, and it's going to go directly on that animated GIF or image that I choose. When I'm ready to push that live, I push tweet. It's incredibly easy to push that content. Now all those tweets are going to be in my social dashboard, which is brand new to the 7.0 software. I can come in here, and any previously queued tweets or tweets that have already been pushed live are going to be listed right here. So here's that screenshot that I made, that I queued up. Nice bridge in the background, Marco Rubio. When I'm ready for that to go live, I can actually hit tweet, and it'll go live to my Twitter account. I did this before with a few other things, so we can actually take a look. Here's a video that I made earlier, where I can actually watch that video.
Now, breaking news.
60 seconds of destruction, a smash and grab rob.
I can make sure that that video is perfect before I push it live to my Twitter account. When I'm ready, I go ahead and hit tweet. I can also do the same with images and the same with animated GIFs. I can take a look at it, see what it looks like. You see this is a GIF that I made earlier with a little bit of meme text on the top and the bottom there. When I'm ready to push that live, all I do is hit tweet. It's going to be the same thing for Facebook as well. All of my queued Facebook posts are going to be listed right there.
Eyewitness News at 11. Now, breaking news.
To make sure that it's perfect for me before I push it live. When I'm ready to push it live, all I do is hit that post button, and it's going to go directly to my Twitter account or my Facebook account. Now I can actually come in here and see how I've done with some of these posts. And there's all my posted tweets from this account, which I can go ahead and take a look at. Give me just 1 second while it loads. There's all my posted tweets. We can actually sort it by most retweets, by least retweets, by most likes, and so on. I can actually see what has been the most engaging content that I'm putting on Facebook and Twitter. I can even come in here and say we're not, let's see here, live shot. This is something that I took from our local affiliate here. It's a pretty funny GIF, if I do say so myself, of the girl walking into frame, which you can see that was then liked by the actual TV channel. I can actually see that it got one retweet as well as 3 likes. Now, if I also wanted to push any of this content from Twitter that's already been pushed to Twitter to Facebook, all I do is hit that Facebook button, and it'll allow me to push that content then directly to Facebook. It's incredibly easy to cross-tweet content between your Twitter and your Facebook accounts. So that's our social dashboard. We're really excited about it. It's a very exciting part of the SnapStream software. You can see, again, all the content that's in my SnapStream. I have thousands of hours of content in my SnapStream, and I can come in here and see any recordings that are either live or have already finished, and I can even go into a live recording. So if I, for instance, wanted to go into this live recording of NBC, I can do that right there.
Incidents like this.
And it starts me off right at the beginning of the hour. If I want to go to live television, I can absolutely do that and see what's happening live on television. And you'll even notice the closed captioning is being updated as we speak. Now, if anybody has any questions up to this point, please feel free to put any questions you have on the Questions tab on the GoToWebinar screen, or you can actually type it right into the chat field as well. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you have as we wrap up here. A few other things that are exciting in the software that some of you have used, some are going to be brand new, is we can actually set alerts on these closed captioning to get alerted when something happens on live television. So if I, for instance, wanted to set up an alert for the search term breaking news, I can do just that, and I can get an alert anytime the term breaking news is set on television. Breaking news is, as you can see, there's over 2,000 results, so maybe we'll go a little bit more specific to breaking news Houston, and then I could say Obama and Clinton and so on, and I can make whatever I need to search on. If I'm searching every day for the same content, I can set an alert for it, and it's going to do that searching for me. It's going to send me a I'm going to call this my daily alert. It's going to send me an alert however often I choose, whether it be daily, weekly, twice daily, every 6 hours, or so on. You can set it for what makes sense for you. So I sent myself a test alert so we can take a look at what this looks like in just a moment, as soon as it comes into my inbox. Additionally, you can come in here and see any other tasks that you've done are going to be existing right here. I can see all the different tasks that I've completed, including my clipping, my tweets, my Facebook posts, and so on, including my cross-posting and so on. So you can see all of those different things I've completed. I can really easily pull that content up directly from this field as well. So there's, by the way, that tweet that I made of an animated GIF, excuse me. So it's really, we make it incredibly easy to share content through your SnapStream by searching through tons of television content to really find that needle in a haystack for what you're looking for. Now I'm going to go a little bit into how the SnapStream works, as well as some of our different hardware options. If you have any questions at this point, please feel free to ask any questions you have. Now the SnapStream is very simple. We take the TV source that you have available to you, whether it be an antenna or cable or even IP feeds. We can take that TV source and plug it into the SnapStream. Now we have the SnapStream appliance as well as cloud options if you don't want to go with a specific appliance. That SnapStream is then connected to your network, and then anybody on your network can access the SnapStream just directly from their computer and whatever their favorite browser is. We also have a cloud option, as I said, where we take the TV source. It's going to be encoded into an IP feed and sent up to the SnapStream cloud. From there, we give a website address where you can then access that video feed of whatever channels you have available to you. It's incredibly easy to set up, and our SnapStream team will help you get set up and find the perfect solution for you. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we have the daily show as well as Last Week Tonight as some of our different users. We also have people all across the board. We have E as well as NBC, different city governments like the City of Miami and City of Austin, as well as the United States Senate and the Library of Congress. There's different universities like Mizzou and Emerson that also use this, as well as corporate organizations, as well as nonprofits like Goldman Sachs and United Way. So we have a solution that's for essentially any vertical, whether it be entertainment or government, education, or nonprofits. We have an option for you that's going to work for your budget. We have, as I said, a handful of different options when it comes to hardware, as well as our SnapStream Cloud, as well as a pricing that'll work for everybody. Our intro system, which is our SnapStream Express, starts at $4.99 for the hardware and $99 a month, and there's no contract fee. There's no set contract length for that monthly fee, so you can start and stop as you so choose. That is going to be maximize you at 2 channels with 2 terabytes of hard drive space, and there is a limit user limit on that. We have everything all the way up to our SnapStream HD servers, which can go 20, 30, 40, even 50 channels. We've made bigger than that. So we have lots of different options to fit everybody's budget as well as what works for their organization. That's everything we wanted to talk about today. I wanted to go over, a lot of the features that we had, including our new features that we've added to 7.0, cross-posting, social TV dashboard, our brand new user interface that's mobile friendly and content aware. I went a little bit over the software. If you are interested in a further deep dive into the software, a training or demo on the software, please don't hesitate to reach out to Eric at snapstream.com. That's my email, eric@snapstream.com, or you can ask for follow-up here in the questions or in the chat field. We'd be happy to reach out to you to do some follow-up. As I said, there's an option for SnapStream for everyone, no matter how large or small your organization might be. We'd be happy to work with you to talk about what's going to work for your specific organization. Again, we're really proud of this 7.0 software release and can't wait to show it to you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them now. We're going to stay on for as long as people have questions. Feel free to reach out right now through the questions option or the chat option inside GoToMeeting. We'll stay on again as long as the people have questions. Otherwise, we're wrapping up here. I appreciate you being on the call today. Again, my email is eric@snapstream.com, and I'm the customer success specialist here at SnapStream. Our sales team as well as our support team is here for you. So please reach out to us with any questions you might have, or if you would like to explore getting a SnapStream system or demoing a system. Again, thank you for being on the call today, and I hope you have a great afternoon. Bye.